Welcome back, everyone, to Moratania. Over the last few episodes of Moratania, we've been focusing on improving the cities that we have. So, a good example is Glossop, where we've completely changed all of the transport links so that they're away from the residential zone. You can tell what residential is because it's this darker color. So when it's darker, it means that it's residential. Here's one. And it needs to be away from the things causing emissions. Every line that you put in causes emissions, sound emissions. Not exclusively like, it's a diesel and it has lots of carbon monoxide and that lot. It's mainly about the sound emissions that these cause, because if you click on them, they're quite noisy. Like it's a sound emission thing. It's not just carbon, and I would imagine that some of that goes into it, but it's mostly the sound. So naturally, what we want to try and do is move all the things that are going to cause lots of sound away from the residential areas. Annoyingly, a residential area has popped up here, right where the airport that causes a lot of emissions is. But hey ho, not much we can do about that, unfortunately. So, what we've been doing is to try and reduce the negative factors on the city. And that means that they'll grow to their natural sort of what they should be, their ultimate potential. We still have a bit of emissions, but they're not too bad here. They're set as good, so we'll take that. In fact, what we could do is route I just thought about it actually. Route the lines so that they don't go through the city, they go around them. So if they went like down here and then there and then back, then that would be a good route round to avoid creating sound pollution for the city. One big problem is that we've got a road here. It's going to cause a little bit more noise pollution because the vehicles will be going faster. But hey ho, that's just the nature of the beast in this game. You're never going to get it perfect because ultimately you can't really get it perfect. So if we put in waypoints here, this is one more example of how we can improve it. So we've got an entrance down here, which is obviously closer to this stop than over here. So instead of them going through the entire residential area, I'd like them to go through this waypoint, and then on the way back, go back through this waypoint. So that will mean that they'll use the A road and go around the outside of the city, which, it's a good improvement for the residents. So that's good. I'm happy with that. Now I've just got to go through the other ones. So let's check this line. Where does it go to? Over here again. So actually, it's just going to be the exact same. So it goes through that way. The goods vehicles come over here. So what we could do is have them come through. I don't know whether just going through these waypoints would do it, because they'll probably try and go straight there and then back. let's try that. From there, you'll go here. Which route are you taking? Okay, you are actually going that way, which is good. And then finally this route. It may be easier to go this way round. To be honest, it doesn't really affect too much going that way. What we could do is have a road here. So, hang on, let's just move this so it's straight. There we go. Keep it going straight. That goes straight into there. And then what we'll do is have a road come off here. And it will literally just go straight in there. Unless... collision? Okay. A little bit odd for it to have a collision, but never mind. That's sorted out. It's like down here where we literally went for the bridge that had less things just to get it to sort itself out. So what we could do is build out from here to here and connect these up so then it has a faster way out that way. So what I'm going to do here is set up a waypoint down this road so that this last one... Oh, it's already actually using that route anyway. That's good. Okay. So we want you to come down here and then head back that way, please. It's actually going down and using this route as well. I was worried that it might come through this way, but that's actually really good. So we're not just focusing on where the lines come from, so over here, and actually we've got some decent cross-pollination of the different lines here, which is good. I'm glad that, you know, some of these are taking certain other bits and bobs. But we are going to need some more trucks on this, I feel. So if we... There's already so many, so we'll just put another 3 on, I think. Hopefully that should help. And then they come down and they use this road onto the dual carriageway. No, it's a full-on motorway. Full-on motorway around Glossop, and they come down to where they need to go. So that way we have less routes going through the city that cause extra pollution. Or emissions, sorry. Not pollution exclusively, emissions. Big difference, I guess. I mean, let's face it, they're pretty similar. So yeah, I'm just trying to clear up what's in the city a little bit. These are actually pretty decent routes through for them. So hopefully that doesn't just slow them down, because obviously the quickest way was straight through. It seems like it was choosing to go down these roads for a reason. Another thing, I wonder whether upgrading these roads would really make much of a difference. So what does this say? 2-lane street with a speed limit of 19 miles an hour. Whereas this is a 2-lane street with a limit of 31 miles an hour. 37 miles an hour and 37 miles an hour for these two. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just these roads that really have the higher speeds. You know, I don't think it's necessarily causing too much of an issue. I mean, these do have to go through here, so maybe if we upgraded this road, it would improve that line a little bit. For those having to travel down that way, if we upgraded all the roads that have... Oh, whoops, I upgraded to the... I did not mean to upgrade to that one. I meant to upgrade to this one. There we go. Just upgraded to a country road through the main city. So this is another one. Annoyingly, we can't keep that overlay up while also... So all the tram tracks should be on medium roads. 31 mile an hour limits. In fact, you know what? These go 43. So does that mean that they're limited to 31 miles an hour? I've never actually checked this. So here's a good straight. Where's it going to get to? 31 or 40? It only gets to 31 miles an hour. Huh. I don't know why. I just thought maybe because the trams are on a set track, they could go faster. So for that to reach its full potential, it would have to have a country road to get to 41 miles an hour. I never actually thought about that. Once trams reach 31 miles an hour, what's the point in upgrading them for speed? Well, learning stuff every day. Right, on that note, let's go down here. So we've got a pretty beefy road coming in here, and then it goes that way. Damn autosave. Where else do we have routes coming in? We've got one here. They're all using medium-sized roads, so they're getting to their limit of 31, which is fine. Where else is there a line? So we've done that one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, all the routes have decent track to go down. They'll be reaching their full potential of whatever their speed limit is, wherever they are. Which is good. Okay. So, yeah, what I was gonna say before I got a little bit detoured and decided to create, you know, better routes for these to go down. So, even though it's at 10%, it's probably gonna go maybe slightly down with time. I don't think it's gonna be perfect because ultimately everything causes emissions, and unfortunately we just can't avoid them. Because you know you want a tram track to go through areas so they can pick people up. You know, you wouldn't not want to have transport through the city. It just wouldn't make sense to not have transport. But you know, it is what it is. I guess everyone wants a decent motorway near them to get to other places, but they don't want to live under a motorway like this is. Oh dear, never mind. But yeah, this, you know, we created this circle route so that stuff could go where it needs to, and use the faster route like so much is already. And this is stuff that I haven't actually set up to use the waypoints. You know, the stuff in here is the only stuff that I've set up to use the waypoints through here. It's using the motorways because they're faster. The speed limit for the motorways, so 62 miles an hour, 50 on the medium roads. So it's just a faster route for them to get to where they need to go. But anyway, enough of that. What I was gonna, what I wanted to focus on was the astronomical demands of some of these cities. So Glossop needs 669 goods currently. Like, that's its ultimate goal. I don't think it's ever really going to get to there, because if we look at the suppliers, so if we look at goods factories, there's 2, 4, 6. There are 6 goods factories in the entire map. Each one can produce 400. So if you take 400 times 6, I'm going to embarrass myself here. It's 2,400. Let me just double check that with a calculator. So 400 times 6, 2,400. Yeah. So if you then think about the consumers, so you've got Glossop that needs 600. That's 1.5 factories worth of these things. So let's just keep these up, because I'm guaranteeing that some of these are going to be getting, you know, a lot larger. Malvern, Rowley Regis, Oaken Gates. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to fit them all on one screen. Melksham. Right, okay, that's how it does it. So let's just move these out so that we can take a look at this. So if we close that one now. So bearing in mind that 2,400 is the peak. That's if you're getting all of the resources to those factories. So, right, I am going to need a calculator for this. So, starting up at the top, we've got Oaken Gates, one of our biggest cities, with 711 demand. 711. We've then got Malvern, 331. Nothing to be snubbed at. That's quite a lot. 411 for Edgware. Oh, wait, no, that's bricks. 418, sorry, for Edgware. We've got 55 for Melksham. We've got 260 for little old Barking down here. We've got 202 for Rowley Regis. 333 for Snaith Coic, and we've already gone over. So that, without Glossop, we're sitting at 2,710 demand. So we can't fully supply all these cities. It's an impossibility. Right. So, final one, Glossop, 670. So that means we have a demand of 3,380 goods. And our limit for production, and that's if everything's at 100%, is 2,600, which means that certain cities are not going to get what they need. And, you know, we kind of already see that with the percentages, 60%, 60%, 40%, 30%. Most of this is to do with how good the supplies are to each city. So if we look at supplies, look at transport percentage. It's a shame we can't filter these lists. It would be so much easier if we could. So what we could do is make it so that every single factory for goods in this example, but obviously we'd be looking at every single resource type. It would happen with all of them effectively. If we provided goods in from every factory to every city, I mean, that's effectively what we've been trying to do. It won't necessarily achieve our goal, which is 100% demand met for all cities, which is a bit of a shame, really. We've kind of hit the end game sort of limits of Transport Fever 2 here. If factories and the resources that you need for them could be produced, so similarly to how cities will grow, the factories would spawn, then potentially that could help, but ultimately we've hit the limit of what we can do. And one thing that I'm noticing here when I'm looking through these is that Rowley Regis only has transport from one place. Why is that? But anyway, back to my point. In this game, I would love to absolutely max out the growth of these cities. It would be awesome. Ultimately, it's not going to happen, but it would be awesome, to provide 700 goods to Oaken Gates and then, 600 to Glossop and, all of these. It would be nice, but it's technically impossible at this point. Now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try fulfilling demand, because ultimately it grows the city. But we can't do 100%, which is a bit annoying because, I kind of want to get 100%. I'm kind of a bit of a, I'm not an overly completionist. I don't hunt achievements and things, but I would really like to see the cities just at their full potential. I don't know whether there is a hard limit for certain cities. So, say Malvern or Rowley Regis, like they're only going to be a certain size, whereas Oaken Gates and Glossop, and to a certain degree these other cities, if there's a way to rate them as to how large they would ever grow, if you had 100% of all of these, no matter what. Obviously, the big numbers we're getting is from public transport, which is great. It means that people can get to where they need to go really easy, really without too much difficulty. Rowley Regis is actually quite low, and that one on private transport. But the supply and demand thing, there isn't much we can do about it unless we could somehow spawn in factories and the goods resources that they need, which would feel a little bit cheaty, because ultimately, why wouldn't you just have the number of factories you need and the resources right on their doorstep, and then it'll fulfill those needs. Build a factory and what is it, goods. So a factory, oh my goodness, you would need steel, which means ore and coal. You would need plastic, oil, crude oil, all of that. Like that entire chain you'd have to build up. And I don't know if you've noticed, but basically every map you create in this game, you'll always have enough supplies to fulfill the full demand. It's about the transport between A to B that you're trying to fulfill. And I like that about the game. You know, it's thought out in that regard that you can ultimately max out the factories and then get those to where they need to products to where they need to go. But what's not so good in a way is that effectively, oh look at that, because this one doesn't have more goods, it's holding up the rest to get their fuel to where they need to go. I wonder if there's ones that have 2 compartments, so if that happens, they can just fill up the rest on. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit distracted. You know, what we're trying to do is make sure that the factors that have a negative effect, so the emissions and the stations and traffic doesn't really come into it. You know, you don't really have negative traffic unless you're literally you have a bottleneck. One of those examples was down here at Malvern. We had a bit of bottleneck here, but that was because over here trucks were waiting to fill up. So you don't really have bad traffic. I don't think the game can, like, you know, you'd never really see a city this sparse of cars. You've got a few rolling around, but you would never really see, especially, you know, the larger cities, you would have a lot more cars going from A to B. And I mean, it's just technically not really possible for all of these cities to have all of the cars that you would normally see sort of rolling around. That would be so much computational stress for the game that, let's face it, if we go into the line manager, it doesn't really need. But hey ho. So I think what I'm trying to say here is we're sort of getting to the upper limits of transport fever in Moratania. And it hurts me to say, but it may be getting towards the sort of last days of Mauritania. I mean, I want to keep playing. I want to sort of maximize the efficiency of each doohickey and what have you. Let's just double it. There's a saying in game design. If you have the wrong number for something, don't bother just incrementally updating it. Just double it, and then you know, okay, that's too much. You know, double and half things. Don't just dilly-dally around. But to be honest, these trucks have so much capacity that I don't want to double it. You know, that'd be like a whole load of extra capacity for these guys. Right, so what were the ones? It was Rowley Regis, wasn't it? Rowley Regis. Up here. You only get goods from 2 places. Why is that? So let's just keep Rowley up here. And then suppliers. Wagner Aegis. Goods factory. You should be sending a lot more. I mean, how many consumers are there? There's 2, 4, 6, 8. So if we... This one is sending to every single city, which is, you know, the way it should be. It's effectively doing everything it possibly can. It actually needs more plastic. So what suppliers are not transporting to Faisally? The Faisally plant is letting you down. So let's quickly put in a line from Faisally. I'll do it this side because you're going to go to the motorway, which means you'll go down this way to this intersection. Hopefully. And not just go through Faisally. Again, with these, why doesn't it just let you place one here and it fill it in? Backfill it in. Just... This is a little bit tricky when the game, you know, is this stressed. I mean, Moratania is huge at this point. I'm not surprised that it is stressing the computer, and I wouldn't have it any other way, really. You know, you want the game to be doing what it can. But yeah. Right, so if we do a connection from here to... Oh goodness, it was down here, wasn't it? Melksham. The Melksham plant. We've already got there. Which line... Which one of these only has one? That one. There we go, go there. And then just spread this out so that goes. Okay. Right, that's the last line for plastic. For that particular factory, at least. Ah, we're at 30, cool. So, line 31. And look at that, it is going the way I wanted it to. It's going this way down to the motorway, then onto the motorway, and straight down to where it needs to go. Awesome. It's cutting through here, but that's fine. This would be, this must be like such a busy cut through. And even here, you know, we have roads that can handle it, but there's no real traffic. You know, if I were gonna improve this at all, I would say rip it all out and then put in an A road between here and here, but there's no real point. You've got the motorway coming down here where it intersects. You've got I mean, maybe an A road coming this way, that might be a big difference because, I mean, we already have these routes which do have quite a few things going down them, but because this is quite a length, an expanse of track oh god, land where the motorway isn't going, it would probably have quite a few lines go up and down here. I mean, this is just really busy, and it's awesome to see. You know, it's good to see the line, the routes getting used. You know, ultimately, it's pretty much in the center of the map, I would say. Rawtenstall is. it's impossible to really measure it. So there's Rottenstall. Maybe it's a little bit further away from up here. But yeah, it is what it is. Right. So we were putting trucks onto line 31, weren't we? So cargo, get some of these. Let's get 5 of them. That should do the job. Paint them pink. Put them onto line 31. There we go. This line could do with maybe another truck. I'm going to say one more truck. Not too many, because we've probably got another truck on the way. And yeah, it shouldn't need too many trucks. Oh, this one does. It might be that this one is actually... Because look at this. This is an example where traffic has built up. Yay! One example, and it's pretty much because this line has more capacity than the demand is there. So it's overflowing. And once that's cleared, everything moves to where it needs to go. So, you know, it is what it is. Right. So, what about this factory down here? It needed more plastic. Suppliers-wise, who else is not actually sending? Well, there's not a very good connection to Easingwold. But then again, Easingwold doesn't have any deliveries of its own. Is Easingwold generally quite bad? Like, it's got a lot of 0% down here. It's because it's all sending it through these trains, isn't it? If we get the... I don't know why this isn't going up. It's probably because the transport's so low. So if we improve the transport for this factory, it should effectively mean more transport happens and more production happens here. So it's currently sitting at 275, which doesn't seem to be where that should be. I don't know. So how many suppliers, how many consumers are there? There's, quite a few. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Ay, ay, ay. 12 lines we'd have to set up if we wanted to set this up with all of them. I tell you what, I'll do it at the back here, because then what we can do is build a road this way. We want a little bit of connections. Road this way. And we may even be able to connect in a connection over this way as well. Who knows? Right. Pop that there. Pop that. Down to here. And that one needs to come in there. Like so. So we're going to need 12 connections. Blimey. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. 12 connections. Where are the so let's just go through these one by one. Barking. So barking is that direction. So that's one of these. Bognor Regis is over this way. So that would need to go in this direction. Let's start putting some lines in, because no doubt we probably have these already set up with delivery points like these. I'm just gonna overfill it. I don't care. I don't care at this point. It'll be fine. So go back to here. Put in another line. We want this to be on number 2. Let's go to Bognor Regis down here. This is the factory bad connections to it, so okay, that's gone in straight away to the right, the track that's free, so that's good. Okay. Oh, up here. So that's 2. We're gonna be here a while. Number 1. Right, so that is off in this direction. Up here. So we'd want you... Which route have you gone? You've gone that way, only because you have to. So if we had a connection up this way, maybe even a connection that way, that'd be a direct route to the motorway. I wonder whether it would use it. So if we've got street access on that side, you know what, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to 60, I think. And autosave's going to interrupt. No! Don't do it, autosave. Is that 60? Or is that... That's... Ah, there we go, 60. Right. I only really wanted to do it so that the trucks, because they're quite long now, don't necessarily fill up the... So if we did a connection there, and we also would like to do a connection off this way, I think. So if we did this going into our bridge, and then is that the height that we need to be coming back down? Yeah. So we'd like that to be like so. a very big bridge. But hey ho. So I'll also connect it in down here, I think. Sure, you want to do that? You do that. Has that changed anything? Oof. Quite a bit, actually. Blimey. Everything wants to go down that way. Why? I don't know. That's a bit weird. That's quite busy for everything else. Look at how many lines there are here. Ah, it's the coal ones. But these coal ones aren't even going to here. They're going... whatever. You know what? Whatever. I guess it must be a slightly quicker route than these, maybe, to go from the motorway to wherever they need to go. Who knows? Where are they going? Yeah, they're going this way. Round. Okay, okay. So, that was line 3. It's still going this way round. I wonder why. Maybe it's because this connection in is just so good. And it doesn't affect any other cities really going that way, so fine. If it wants to go this way, then it wants to go that way. That's alright with us. So, next line will go to... I just did Botsford, didn't I? Yeah, Daventry. Daventry down here. Down there. So where is Daventry? I'm getting turned around here. Where the hell is it? Daventry. Ah, so it's that way. So actually, you want to be on... yeah, the other way around. So down here. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. In fact, what we could do is that road across here will probably allow more stuff to get to where it needs to go quicker. Maybe. Slightly. So, this one will be for Daventry. Line 4 will go to 1. There we go. This one to East Ham. Why don't we do it as... actually, no. Do it as East Ham. Down here. Oh, goodness, which one is one of those is... we'll go there. Okay. Oh, no. Hold on. Remove that. Turn that off. Go into this. Go into terminals. Swap it over so that it's on a separate terminal. There we go. Cool. This is not good. It's all about finding that happy medium where it doesn't block stuff from getting to where it needs to go. Glossop line needs more, doesn't it? So let's put it on Glossop. Put those two on Glossop. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Next line So that was to East Ham. East Ham is in this direction, so it wants to go again that way. Oh, we've got so many of these, it's a bit nuts. Put it on line 1. Hopefully some of the ones that go the other way will start to come up. So, that was East Ham. Edgware. Edgware's kind of off in this direction. So if we just look at this line, yeah, it's going off that way. Good. It's going straight onto the motorway, and then it's going up that way. Hang on. Interesting, it's deciding to go this way around. And then on the way back, it's going on the motorway. No, actually, that's on the way out, isn't it? Huh, weird. Maybe it's because this one's just that little way further away. This is just... Don't get me started. Okay. So that was for Edgware. Glossop. This is one, doesn't it? Yeah. Take it to here. Please. That Glossop line probably goes off this way, doesn't it? Yay, we got another one that goes that way. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that was Glossop. Ah, that was Glossop's good factory. This is the machinery factory. So I don't think any of them do that. Just fill up the other ones. So it doesn't matter. There we go. Go there. So where does that line go? There's another one that goes that way. So we want line 9 on number 8. Cool. Okay. So Glossop, Melksham. Melksham's in the other direction, isn't it? So we're going to want another one down here. So if we look at line 10, which direction does it go? That way. Oh, don't go through Bognor Regis. That's awkward. Ah, but that is the fastest route because it goes straight down to it, doesn't it? This tunnel. Okay. Really what we need is a second, or maybe a bridge over this way or something. Like through here. That might help relieve some of the traffic that's going through Bognor Regis. So we just went from here, in fact no, from here, straight through. Raise up a little bit in the middle, because we need to allow bridges. In fact, we need to allow boats through. It's not even telling me, so it must be fine there. I feel like we should have a road come straight down there as well. The only problem is it's raising the entire thing. Okay, what we want effectively is for this to stay flat, yeah, and for this to be the good one, and then you just have too much slope. There must be a happy point there. And then do we put... Oh wow, that's already going that way. Good! That in there. Yeah, see how that does? So now, how many lines are using that route through? Quite a few. Wow. Maybe we need to upgrade these roads. Because they're what? It's 50 miles an hour, whereas if we upgrade to these ones, it'll be 62. Maybe. That is a lot of lines. So if we look at the ones on the road and what's there, that's a lot of lines, man. I'm guessing it's coming through from the motorway and a lot from this way. It's surprising because we've got the tunnel here. I don't understand why they don't use the motorway. I don't know. It's just a crisscross of roads at this point. Does that mean that a lot of these go that way now? Probably quite a few. Which is fine, to be honest with you. Well, those trucks do get to 62 miles an hour, so we might as well. And if we're going to upgrade, we might as well upgrade to the big chongas, because then each route has its own its own, what's the word I'm looking for? Lane. That's the word I was looking for. And then this one, it only has 2 possible routes, so let's just upgrade it to the 2 lane. There we go. 2 lane. Down to 3 lane. Got a separate one going in that way. Might as well upgrade this one. Construction not possible. Oh. How come? That's possible. It's this bridge. Damn it. Went to such pains to put it in, and then it's fucking us over. I don't really think these are entirely necessary, but hey ho. Why is it raising in such a weird manner? Maybe we need to take it a bit further back. It's weird. It looks like it's almost warping. Why? Why is it doing that? How peculiar. Too much slope, just right. Maybe if we do it as a bendy road. Why is it doing this? Right, what we'll do is we'll raise this up. That's a bit much. Oh no, now I've messed with the... Alright, first off, change it to the better bridge. So, we will raise it up slightly. And then hopefully that will want to meet it. Maybe not. Why? Construction not possible, but why? Now we just need to reroute most of these. For my life. Unless we use that bridge. Quite tempted to do. Right, so what we'll do, we'll keep these being annoying like this. This one like this. So it goes underneath the bridge, and then what we can do is have a road that links them. Just like that. don't want that to be... Just give way. It's a basic principle of traffic management. Please just give way. Right. That took way longer than I'd hoped. So we now have a Chongus Road going through. Whatever. We might need to upgrade this road because this is quite a similar situation where it's a lot of lines going through it. It's a very high value road. In fact, do we get to see those numbers? Like how many... No, these are... Is it this one? No. Land use layer. Road traffic. What is the one that tells us... what's the one that tells us how many things are using a particular road? It's not that one. It's not that one. See, these tell us the speed limits, which would be really handy to know about roads. Aha! Destination layer. Blimey, 30 things use that. And then 46 use this road. So private transport's extremely high going that way. This adds a whole new dynamic to the game, if I'm honest. Like public transport, private transport, residential, barking. Okay. Destination layer. This is interesting. So apparently only 4 are using this route. Is that what we're looking at? What do these numbers specify? I guess it's connections? But how does it go from 47 to 4, 3, and 35? Ah, most things are going that way. Got ya. That's an interesting thing to see. Quite a few things are going this way as well. So it's interesting to see the roads that are the busiest. Surprisingly, this is not one of them, somehow. Why do we just not have any data on these roads? Does nothing go down here? No, we've literally got lines going down there. Or is that just... That must be just residential. I see, it doesn't do... Cargo layer. Aha! Aha! This is the one that I was thinking of. So, yeah, we do have quite a lot going down this road. A hell of a lot. 123 things. 124. So, transport, commercial supply, industrial supply. This would be an interesting thing to see because it effectively tells you which roads are used the most, if I'm understanding this correctly. This is a lot of data. A hell of a lot of data. Obviously the trains have a lot higher numbers, so that's understandable. So you've got one for wow, 900. I'm sorry, is that 1500? These routes are really used quite a lot. That's impressive. Even this one, look, 35. It's quite high. I guess it's high at least. So these indicate which roads you want to upgrade. You know, if I was looking at priority, which ones I want to upgrade here, it would be these routes through here up to this point, which it then splits. Interesting. Man, this information is really quite astounding. I didn't even realize this existed. Cool. 157 use this route. So it would be quite valuable to upgrade this route through here. Not that I'm going to, because it's just a small route through. I mean, what's the point? This route down here is quite valuable. So if we look at that route, that one again, transport. This is the one that I wanted to see. So you can see that around here, these roads are very busy. That's just awesome. I wonder how busy this tunnel is. Pretty busy, 186. This one's busier though. Look at that, 312. Bloody hell. 125. 16. It'd be interesting if there was a layer that combined these two, so you know which roads are the most important roads in your entire region. So if we look back here, a lot of stuff goes this way actually. A fair bit goes that way. Not much goes that way, but still quite a bit. 70 odd. 200. Blimey. These roads need an upgrade, because if you've got that much product going down there, if it's travelling faster, you effectively need less vehicles. If you see where I'm coming from. And that can be pretty powerful, really. Knowing that information, because you then wouldn't have to have, you know what, why don't we connect these two up? It's so obvious once you see it. Like, come through here, straight to this depot, which, oh my giddy aunt, really needs more vehicles. Double it. I swear I just removed a whole load of these not so long ago. So hang on, let's just remove this line here, because I actually links up pretty well here. So what we would want is a road coming in this direction. And this direction. And then let's just link them up with curvy roads. So that looks nice, good. And then we might as well go underneath them. Go underneath these, push the tunnel up. It's a shame that you can't like specify where you want the tunnel entrances to go. So we'll have this road coming in here. I imagine that's going to be quite a change. Yeah, look at all that. This is nuts. Why didn't we have this infrastructure in beforehand? Oh my good yarn. I mean, is anything actually using the motorway? Because it seems to all be going the other way. 596. Yeah, quite a bit is using the motorway one way. Not so much the other way for some reason. But why would you have a one-way motorway? Like, it wouldn't make any sense. Oh, we don't have any data here. Interesting. 171 going that way. Ah, I see. Is there no... Hang on, there must be. Yeah, I guess it's just broke. I guess it's just broken as hell. Which is fine. Like, you know, this amount of data on these roads, like, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy. I'm surprised this link is not busier. Wow, no, literally nothing's using it. I bet it would be if we connected it under here. And then connected it this way maybe as well. But that's a very big tunnel. I don't want to put that in. Talk about overpowered. But I mean, imagine the sort of... I mean, this is already really busy. Like, if we look at the numbers here, cargo-wise, you've got a lot of stuff going this way. A lot of stuff. And I don't know why I haven't already upgraded these roads. For some reason, this is an upgraded road. Even though two things use it. 400 use this one. 400 use this one. Why haven't we upgraded that? So it's a bit of a better connection. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. Evidently, I've still got a lot to learn. 500 users. That's nuts. Nothing uses this connection. Why did we even put it in? Unless it just hasn't collected the data for that yet. Maybe that's what it is. Something along those lines. This is quite a busy road. Why haven't we upgraded this road? There we go. Upgraded. And I think I correctly identified that this would be quite busy. And it is. But all of these are really busy. This is such an interesting layer. It tells you, you know, if you have a number, I'm guessing it's how much is transported on those roads. So, for example, This road has 93 units of something being transported on it. This has 3. You know instantly. I mean, this has 600. So you instantly know from that where stuff is traveling, if that makes sense. So what about down here? A lot of it goes this way, which connects up to the motorway, which also connects through this way, which also connects through. There's you know, a country road that goes through here, so I'm not really surprised. I tell you what would be a massive connection would be if we connected through this way. So maybe did like a line from Botsford. We've already got a road this way. A line from Botsford, especially considering we've got the tunnel over here. If we put in another connection somewhere around here that connected through down this way, that would be huge, because we've got so many roads that, you know, admittedly won't have that much, but does all of this go through this? How much of it actually gets transported? Oh, quite a bit actually. I'm surprised I haven't actually done anything with these. It's all just going down here, isn't it? So if we look at the cargo layer here. Oh wow, yeah, look. Such an interesting layer. It really is. Okay, I'm going to stop just oogling that layer and get back to what I was doing in the first place, which was putting in connections here. So where did we get up to? We got up to Mill Lane, which is dun 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 Melksham. Oh, we're almost through it. Okay. So which one's that one on? Line 5. Which, yeah, kinda. I mean, we could have it connect that way. Why doesn't it use that route? Oh, bloody hell. This is a lot to take in, you know? I've never even thought to check. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 connections. This will need to go on this side, apparently. Even though I don't necessarily want it to be on this side, but that's fine. Go to number 1. Okay. So, next line. We're almost getting there with these. So that was to Melksham, wasn't it? Yeah, we did Melksham. So Rawtenstall. This is actually quite a close one, which is quite surprising we haven't already connected these. So that uses that new route that we just put in. Wow, look at all these lines. That is nuts. How many lines are there? Like, why can't we just get a number of the total lines in this list? Look at how many lines are going down that way. Fudge me. Hopefully that's a really good connection through that I've just done. I had no idea that that would be such a good connection. Who knew? I mean, I feel like maybe we should continue it through, like... So it connected up here, maybe? Somehow? Like, do a flyover here, connect it in there, and then have this connect into that road there, maybe. Because that would be, like, we know how much traffic is here. No doubt something's going to go that way. I mean, probably quite a few things already are going this way round to get there, or this way round to get there. Yeah, let's do that once we've finished this. So, line 11 goes this way. No shit, it uses that connection. Well, I'm glad, because that's actually a connection that avoids a lot of cities. You know, before, everything would have been going through here. So if we've now created a better route that everything would rather use, that avoids the emissions going to... okay, the residential area is over here, so that's not too bad. It's not too much of a problem, but blimey, what a call putting in this connection. I'm awestruck. Like, it's so much. Putting in that one connection. Who knew? So the next one would be Snaithcoic. Which we already have connections down to, but we'll put one in there. Jolly good. And the next one is Wisbech. Let's just double check which route was that. Turn that off. This line, where does it go? That way! Yeah, we have one on this direction. Yay! Oh, it's the small wins, you know? Excuse me. Line 12, where are you? Go on number 10. Oh, we have two on number 6. Line 11 and line 1. So where did line 11 go to? That direction. So, yep, we need another one on this. Oh, how big do these get? Like, I genuinely don't know what the limits of these are. I think it's about 12 maybe, which hopefully will not rub up against. I don't know. Wisbech is the other direction, so it's going to be another one on this side. Yay! It's weird how I'm getting excited over that. You gotta take pleasure in the little things sometimes. No, Wisbech's the other direction. Fuck! I was absolutely wrong. I tell you what, like, playing this map. Oh, interesting. So goes on the motorway there and on the motorway there. Why doesn't it just all go down that way? Well, it is actually using that direction, so we will use that. Line 12, 13 will go on number 12. And then, what was it, line 11? Number 1, there we go. Cool! Right. Now we just need to build this out, so forgive me while we spend ages doing this, because the game is crying at this point. Oh, why? Just mash the key. Maybe if we do the outer regions, like that's where we're going to, okay? So maybe it's working out this outer perimeter that's causing it so much grief. Who knows? I don't know. All right, we're getting there. Just got to fill these in. Working on that outer perimeter idea. Let's just build these up, and then maybe those other ones will do a little bit faster. Right, we're almost there. There we go. So next is the somewhat fun bit of street access. So if we just put in street access for these straight away, then that helps. And if we do it on the premise of every 2 ones we put in a street access, that actually works quite well there. What I was also thinking was what we can do is connect this way through, and then that should help anything that needs to go that way. So I think what we may actually do is remove these roads that we just put in. Okay. I guess we don't actually have to remove these ones. But that's left one with a, which is looking a bit funky. Let's place that. There we go. And then what we can do is if we take the country road and just build it through here. I'm using the bigger one because then I was hoping that it would use a create a sort of dedicated lane, but it's not. Never mind. Right. What we can do is pop that road into there. This road into here. And then if we did something like this going out this way. So if we create a straight road here, it should want to create a good connection. There we go. All the way through. I am betting money that that is quite a busy route. Yes, it is. Okay, so where are these lines going now? Not a lot of them are going all the way through, which is quite surprising actually. But we have changed the infrastructure here with this road, which is pretty busy. I think if we did a road through here, so almost from Botsford through, because then we've got the motorway here, I reckon that would be quite a good one, especially where this one's already going across that way. So if we tidy this up, and then, I mean, there doesn't have to be a massive curve here. We'll be going to this side of the... That's actually quite a good spot to do the road through. So that's already quite low. There we go. And then if we did something along the lines of this comes straight down here. And then try and ignore everything else. This is going to be horrific. Okay, just move the camera first. Connect up there. Okay, so now you know where you're going. So we want you to be a... Do we want a tunnel or a bridge? Actually, a tunnel works quite well. Is it connecting there? No, it's not. Actually, that's quite good as well. Yeah, go with tunnel, I think. Tunnel, tunnel, tunnel. So, right. What we would do, if we connect this one up here, then let's just... This has been here forever, but move that so that this is connecting through that way. This lot has a decent connection through that way. And then I feel like we need to connect these roads up. You know, we've got a delivery point here. Some things, one thing is going to it. Oh wow! Look at how busy this is! Ay, 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 ay. This needs more. And this needs more. I'd say maybe 8. And especially with these new connections in, hopefully it will cope a bit better. Right. I mean, a bridge coming straight over just for this bit is a little bit fugly, but hey ho. So what are we doing here? If we connect up these roads, do a medium country road through this bit. Like so. And then if we connect that to there, maybe it would be better if we just do this. Upgrade that bit. There we go. That's what we wanted. And then this can connect in there. So if we had this road, so first off, if we had this road go over the top here, then we want to connect in the motorway here. It may be a better connection if we remove this one. Because we're going to have to do something here. Where should this connection go in? Yeah, maybe like that. Cool. And then that road is redundant, but it's fine. So once we hook up this motorway, that's going to be pretty big because that will be connecting through to Botsford, but also it kind of feels like we need, I mean, we have a lot of traffic using these roads down here, don't we? Yeah, it's all going down this way. So if we had, if we upgraded this line through here, which kind of comes into this tunnel actually, then that's a sort of, what's the word, cross, which then links up here and this way. So that works quite well. So we will upgrade that road through, and this one, and then maybe even the road through to Chapel in the Frith. I don't think it's necessary because we've got the motorway going up that way. But for whatever reason, things want to not use the motorway here. I think if I redid the motorway network, I'd probably not do it on the outskirts like I've done here, because it seems like stuff just doesn't really use it. Like, how much is actually using this? 200. Whereas down here, like, we have a lot more. So the roads on the inner side of the map are always going to be used more than the roads on the outer side of the map, which kind of makes sense, right? Because you'll have stuff going from A to B, and it's not going to necessarily think, oh yeah, if I take that A road, it's a faster speed limit than going through this way. I mean, it does think that way. Like I'm pretty sure it assesses what the faster routes are. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it thinks, you know what, I'm going to go out of my way to use that faster route. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so if we connected in, you know what I've has just dawned on me. I just put all this in. I haven't actually put in any damn trucks. So if we get, how many lines are there? 13. 13 lines. Seriously, there's 13 consumers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. How is there 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's line 6? What's line 6 doing? I think I've duplicated a line here by accident. Line 6. Okay, so yeah, there's 12. I thought that it was a bit off that it's not even, because I'm pretty sure the game prefers even numbers. Right, so 12 vehicles. Well, no, sorry, 12 lines. Let's put 2 vehicles on each. That's 24 of these trucks. They're all going to be the color for steel. So if we start putting some on here, so line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, line 7, because we missed 6, line 8, line 9, line 10, line 11, line 12, and finally line 13. So we're going to have to go through those and make sure that they have the right name on them, because obviously line blah blah to blah blah doesn't make sense. But right now, let's go back to this road. I'm going to hit play so that it starts to use that as well. Let's go back to this road. If we put in a connection, it's just so far underground. It's tricky to get to. I didn't even need to go that far underground. Never mind. If we continued this route through, number one, this very busy road would probably use this way through. And then if we connected it through here, I can't even believe I'm considering this, and then connected it in there, that would probably be a very busy route. I'm kind of tempted to give that a try. Right. First things first. I'm just doing a basic junction here. I just want these to connect in. We probably don't want to use this junction here. So if we remove these, it's a little bit sad because these do get quite a lot of use. But I'm hoping to replace it with this road here. This is just a horrific, but whatever, road. I think the tunnel, the river was causing that issue there. Right. It's pretty steep and it's pretty horrific, but it works. It goes straight into a tunnel, which isn't amazing. Actually, well, actually, that's kind of a hill, so that makes sense. Alright, there we go. We've got junctions here. I probably should keep it as traffic lights, even though I don't really want to. Yeah, we should keep it traffic lights, really, because there's probably going to be a lot of traffic that uses this road. So if we're doing a straight through, where would this go? Where is this going? I mean, if we sort of curved and connected up over here, that could work. Or we could have this connect here and then do another line through here, which would potentially create quite a connection. I quite like the thought of that. The only problem is we've got so much already here. Tunnel-wise is probably the best way to go straight through here, and then how would we connect up that way? If we remove this tunnel, and then connect it in here. Can we upgrade this road? No, it's a bit too close. But that doesn't mean we can't remove it, move it out, and then use that. And then we could potentially do a tunnel somewhere here that goes underneath to Rawtenstall on this side. This isn't Rawtenstall. What am I on about? Maybe. So, if we delete from back here, we can create a much cleaner curve. This one's going to be pretty horrific, actually, on this side. So we'll just have that connected. So I know that I've created a problem, but it's fine. So what I'm thinking is a road there that connects in to here. Yeah, that's a much better curve. So effectively connect these two up. Is that no longer? No. So we want it to stay flat. So remove the bits that are not going flat. Connect that in there. And then from get the right node. That one there. Just going to connect somewhere here, like that. And then we'll upgrade these roads through. So these two will need to connect here. So I'm just going across and there. That's quite a decent connection. There we go. Then all we need to do is connect everything to that road. But what I'm kind of tempted to do is connect. So put a bridge through this bit. Connect in maybe down here or something. Because that might have quite a big impact on things. So where would we want it to go? Probably there's a load of train track in the way, which is going to be tricky. Upgrade these routes to the motorway. And in fact, these go straight down to... We could upgrade those routes, but we're not going to. So what we'll want is a road here. And it's going to be a bridge, so we'll keep it flat so that it's going up. And then a road here, I'd say. Okay. Okay. Right. This route through here is going to be tricky. And we need to go over this stuff as well. I mean, what would it look like as a bridge going across? Pretty ridiculous. But at this point, it is the name of the game. So we would want this to be the high-speed bridge. We want it to be as flat as possible, as low as possible. Something like this. And then what we can do is have, I think if we rework this, so then we have this road coming in here, like so. We've got to connect up these roads. I'm thinking from here we can do the tunnel underneath to this bit. Where would we want that to come up? Here? Possibly. So if we you're going to be going down, but don't go down at such a rate that it looks silly. And then it's tricky because we've got all this already here. You know, we'd effectively be opening up this side of Rawtenstall to traffic, which is good. I'm thinking maybe use this that's already here. Because I mean, we can just go into a tunnel here, most probably. Maybe it needs to be a bit further. I mean, at what point will it go underneath this? Collision. 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 Will it ever? Okay, so it will eventually. It's just that there's a certain point where no, don't do that. Okay, this is weird. Where is the point? Where? considering how difficult that is, I don't think it's worth it. Like, go this way. There's a little bit of space here. So we want this to be underground. That's underground. We just need it to avoid the factory. Is that still underground? Yes, technically it is. Okay, so then we want it to effectively connect here. So if we start taking it down here. Okay. How about you come up? Okay, that's really quite a close connection. It'd be good to connect these up. I'm thinking a connection here would probably make more sense. There we go. A connection in. Now we just need to get this to go underneath. You make it into that be so tricky. That's probably about right. Like that. Why? What are you doing? There we go. And does anything use it? No, nothing uses it. But the route is there. The route is there for it to be used. That's the main thing. This needs a lot more trucks. There we go. So we've got a connection through this way into Rawtenstall, whereas before everything would pretty much have to go up this way in. There was a connection here, but it's more to the factory than anything. In fact, we can remove this. Oh, never mind. We can remove this train station, but it's fine. Just leave it as it is now. Ooh. We could connect this through, and then that could connect up here. Ooh, that's tempting. Don't bother using this old stuff, but then clear the way so that the roads can connect up. That's going to cause a few issues, don't worry. So then we create, this is going to be such a busy junction. Probably going to want this to be triple. Right, pushing it up, that's as far as it'll go, unfortunately. So if we take this and turn it off this way, then connect these up, then we can effectively do this. Why don't we just connect these two in? That one will go in that way. There we go. That's what I wanted. And, ooh, why is it so high up? I want it to be lower, like there. For some reason this bit's going up. Don't know what's going on there. But that then connects in those. We can connect. Ooh, whoa. Hold on a second there, matey. I mean, do we need to connect that in? We don't really. It's a legacy connection, so might as well honor it. Why? Just move the frickin' pillar. There we go. That seems to work. Upgrade that a little bit because it looks a bit weird. These are going to need to be upgraded. It'd be nice to have a little connection here. I would say like this. Definitely no traffic lights there, please. Just give way. Like, why can't we put in give way signs? Like, seriously. There we go. Kind of makes this route redundant, but I don't know. Maybe we can do a road here. If we take a junction out there and put it in there, then it means that that crossroads doesn't get used when the train's waiting. This will need to be a thing. That does need to be, yeah, for this sort of connection where two roads are going over each other, you do need a thing there. How much is using this route through? Wow, a fair bit. Probably because we've got connections straight up to Fazeley, straight through to Rawtenstall, and also across this massive expanse to... Oh my goodness, what's going on? There we go. To Botsford. And we're going to upgrade this route through as well, so that it's a higher capacity. So what's going on here? Let's take a look at the cargo layer. So quite a bit goes through here. Quite a bit here. A little bit down to here. I don't really understand how this number can be higher. Oh, because it's going off in that direction. I see. But what goes off in that direction? That stuff. Okay. It's tricky. I don't feel like this connection needs to be improved. It's already pretty much where it needs to be. What does this go over? Oh, it's just the routes through, isn't it? Interesting that I kept that in there. Why didn't I do like a tunnel or something? I guess it wasn't necessarily being used at that time, and it's still not, so that's fine. Routes wise, we've got a fair bit going backwards and forwards here. So what I would say, upgrade that bit, upgrade that, and then we've got an exorbitant amount of stuff going through here and that way. So maybe if we upgrade these roads through, how much public transport goes through this way? So there was a little bit public transport, or people going from A to B. So much goes through this way. It's pretty nuts. Where is it all going? It's all coming from here, is it? Oh no, it's all going there. Steel. That makes sense. Because we've got steel mills up there. So we've got a steel mill here, which is providing... Yeah, look at all this. Extremely high numbers of products going from A to B here. I mean, I should upgrade that route, but I'm not going to. Because, to be honest with you, it's doing fine as it is. These do not need to be traffic lights. Literally, you can fix this with just a bit of paint here that's give way. And, you know, obviously when you're crossing traffic, you give way. Never mind. This will need to be traffic lights, because you can't give way. You'd need these to be stops if you were going to do that. And then you've got quite a bit coming through here, don't you? 88. That's not much. Never mind. I think once we upgrade these roads, it'll be a higher speed connection. And hopefully a lot more will use it. Because you're approaching motorway level speeds at 62. In fact, you are. You are motorway speeds at 62. So I'll upgrade this tunnel through because it is just going to be very busy. Does not make sense to upgrade this road to a faster road just to use this bridge. Because the bridge, where it's an older bridge, would be limited to 30 odd. That is if it works the same way as the trains, which I would imagine it would. It may not. So what are we doing here? We effectively want to do the same thing through, but we can't upgrade this bit, which is annoying. So we'll just have to take it out and put it back in. I'm trying to make it so this is where the tunnel is, because we don't want it to affect these other lines. So yeah, that's roughly where we want it. Okay, it's gone drastically down on one side. Don't know why that is. That's literally where we need it as well. Fine. Do that. There we go. So that is upgraded through there. Traffic-wise, this is going to be fairly busy through here. If anything, I'd say maybe go for the larger one here. Just because it's very tight. It's a very small area. So that means that more... we've got a dedicated lane. We don't want this to be traffic lights, please. And then actually that goes up to meet up with this connection up here. And we were going to put in connection through here, weren't we? So it avoids this other stuff. So why don't we upgrade this route through, because I know that this is very busy. 292. I mean, when you compare it to some of the other roads, then it's not too busy. But I know that it is quite a busy route. You know, quite a lot uses this cut through here. And then effectively that would go down to the other tunnel, which I'm tempted to upgrade as well. Because that'll upgrade just like that. Ah, nice. I was thinking this might be an issue, but it's not. There we go, upgrade those. Upgrade these ones through. effectively these country roads form a motorway through there, or effectively a motorway through there, straight through to Melksham, which is really good. I wouldn't be doing 60 here, but that's not the point. It connects up these areas, which is good. So what we might do is this direction, taking this. We could do a tunnel. A bridge might be a little bit easier. So then if we take out this bend here, if it allows me to. Can we upgrade that road? Yes, we actually can. Can we upgrade it to the larger one? We can if we want to. So we'll upgrade to that. And then what we'll be doing is having this. Do we tunnel it or do we bridge it? Is this a bit of a dip? It looks like this, maybe this would be an easier way to tell. That's navigable water, that's the wrong one. Yeah, so this is heightened. This is the top of a hill from the looks of it. And then it comes down. Yeah. So it comes down here. And then it goes up here as well. So I think it would be better to do a bridge over the top here than a tunnel, because it's naturally heightened already. So that is a little bit ridiculous. Let's just connect this up. So connect that to that. Yeah, we're going to be needing a bridge like so. Why is it causing bridge pillar collision? So it can't do it here. Maybe if we go further down, it'll work that bit out. Well, what this is saying is that it would come through here. It's a bit ridiculous, but maybe we go with a suspension bridge. I mean, it'll make it work. So, it's a bit silly, but I like it. And then there's a bit of a precipice here, so it goes into a tunnel. That's fine. That then connects in there. What we could do is have a connection here, maybe. And if we put this connection back in, that's quite high up. That'll be fine. They can use their brakes. But then, how much is going to use that? A fair bit. Good. So we've got a connection through there now. And that comes down to this motorway connection, which goes all the way through here. Maybe we just do a connection through here, because how much is going? How much is going from here over here? I don't think that much, actually. Maybe. It would look better. We'd have to re-engineer what's going on here. I don't really want to remove that connection though. What we could do is move it to, say, over here or something. What do we already have here? Can we use this? Will this? No. That'll upgrade. So why don't we use, if we can, place these through here, so they're faster connections. There we go. Put a building in this one. There we go. We just need to remove these lines, or place them over here rather. Machinery. There we go. Dropping off machinery, like so. It looks like we had something going this way, which unfortunately we can't upgrade. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to get away with that one. So probably would be best that one going there. So then it all just goes back onto this road, doesn't it? So then we can remove this, this, and just yet. What we can do, if we upgrade this to that type of road, then we can just have that go in there. And that's a connection into Easingwold. It's another connection down to Rowley, and we've also got a connection up to the motorways here and here, even though we already had connections there, but hey ho. I'm thinking if we do something like this, going off this way, that then connects in And then we delete this back. And then we're going to need to take out this one. It's not liking it. There we go. Pop that in there. Then that's a connection around here. So we've moved these two. And they're just going down this way, aren't they? From here. Ah, that's such a good connection up to it. Even though the motorway was already quite a good connection. Yeah, I like that. This can just be a giveaway, please. It's a shame you can't specify like this gives way. But anyway. And yeah, now we've got this connection down here. How much? 89. I thought quite a bit used this connection, but apparently it doesn't. So I think it's just working stuff out. Especially where we've just put in those connections. I would imagine that a lot more lines are going to be going through here. We might need to upgrade this to maybe a roundabout. I don't really know whether it would cope any better. Maybe upgrade them so they're 3 lanes each. How's this road over here doing? It looks quiet, but quite a lot of traffic is going through here. How much traffic is going on these? A fair bit. Not as much as I'd expect coming through here. The only other thing that we could potentially do here is have better connections for Elstree Bournemwood over here. Wow, this is just so many tools. It's nuts. We need a lot more vehicles. I don't want to double it up because I doubt there's this much. I mean, we might have to double up these. So all that comes down this way now. There's a lot of lines here going through, and these are just the road lines going through this area. It's quite busy here, which is fine. That's exactly what we want. It's effectively another motorway coming through here, so it's gonna be quite busy. this can just be a giveaway. It doesn't need traffic lights. It's a pretty basic premise that you give way to traffic that you have to cross. If I could control it, I wouldn't have these go straight over because this is just a junction to come off. They shouldn't be going straight over. But hey ho. Wasn't I considering putting a route through here? Maybe. Because this is just so busy. It would make so much sense if we just had a route coming through. What we would do about going over this large expanse of water, I don't know. But then we can connect it in there. Or potentially have a better connection here. Something better. Maybe have this come all through the mountain. I'll think about it, because it would be a massive change and slightly over the top, but that's kind of what we're going for now. Like, we've pretty much done what we can with reducing. Look at that, no very poors. They're all just poor. Some goods. It's weird that there's no very good for emissions. Glossop's good, Snaithcoic and Faisley are good. Oh, I'm glad that Faisley's good, because I literally just removed all this to help with the emissions here, so that's had a really positive effect. That's nice. I'm glad. But yeah, with this motorway coming down here, if it continued through, so we'd have to re-engineer the junction here, which should be fine. If it came straight through, and then maybe had another junction here, we'd have to re-engineer all of this. But then had a connection through down here, we could then maybe do a bridge over to it. That might work. So instead of aiming for this bit, it just goes through to here. This shouldn't be too difficult to get around. Yeah, because I wonder how many routes currently avoid it. If we look at So much stuff must come down here to get over this way. I mean, how much would change if we had a route straight through? It'd probably be a massive change for it all. Which, you know, might not necessarily be for the better, but who knows? And that could be a route straight through down to... I mean, we do have connections here, so... Don't know. No, I don't think it would necessarily go to Oaken Gates, but... well... I mean, it does effectively go here and then go straight through to Oaken Gates. Pretty crazy. And that would be a lot more traffic coming through here. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. But we've done some really interesting stuff with routes through here. I'm really quite happy with it, actually, because it's just so much traffic that previously you would have gone around another way, whereas now it's a more direct route through. It's good. It's good for everything. I mean, if we check out the... yeah, even private transport is going through here quite a lot. So it's had a positive effect. Has this... yeah, the transport's going up. That's good. So hopefully the demand will go up for this one, and we'll have more coal just delivered here. Looks like coal is the defining factor, which is a bit weird because we've got plenty of it down here. Coal boat line. So what are these vehicles currently? They're... Axe Alps, these ones. 19 miles an hour. Well, these are pretty much the same speed, but they carry a lot more goods, and their loading speed's a lot higher, and their emissions slightly lower. Hercules XL tugboat, Virgo tugboat, Axe Alp. Let's upgrade them. Hopefully we'll be able to get more coal down there. tempted to change up the we could just put a large dock there, and then there's 2 docks outside of navigable waters. Okay, that's an easy fix. We just have to lower down that bit. Outside of navigable waters. Strange. Why is that still... That should be fine now. There we go. Cool. Ooh! I think it's because we've got a tunnel there. Tunnel goes underneath and is affecting that there. But pretend we didn't see that. So if we separate these out now, they have their own landing points. We can upgrade these boats as well. Might as well just keep them the same, if that makes sense, because they're both doing 2 from 2 of these to where they need to go. So, and what are you doing? Are you filling up? You're filling up 50% either one. What if you just filled up what you can? Where do you go up to? Here. Yeah. What if you just fill up everything you can, but you don't have to fill up from here? Because, to be honest with you, there's not that much there. And then similarly with this, here, you just fill up what you can, and then you move on and you fill up there. It looks like these boats are going to be too many, if anything. I should have checked how much was shifted before, so roughly 200, which means that these were at a half, so actually, yeah, doubling it shouldn't be a bad move. These need more, but I remember that there was a problem here. So, add too many, I'll just put 5 on each, that should be plenty. And now it goes through this way. Funny that. These can just be giveaways. Ah, actually that one can't because it's got a second line here. It's going this way. It goes down this way. Oh, okay. Goes through to there. coal getting there. Ultimately, we just need all this coal to get to where it needs to go. Which has always been the issue. And will probably always be the issue going forward. This needs more trucks. Put a few more on there. Should take quite a lot of that. If all of it. Oh wow. Are we hitting the limits of how much coal can be shifted with these trains? Do we need more trains? I don't think that's going to fix it. I think we just need this stuff to be transported directly, which we started a while back. This... also need is entrance. We can do an exit there. Can't do an entrance here. Just won't have it all up. It's using it as a through route as well, which isn't amazing. To be fair, we've got quite a fair bit going through here. Like, if we check how much is going through here, 360 odd. Fair amount of stuff's going through there. I thought the stream just died then. I was like, oh no, what hasn't come through? Using the right lanes as well. It looks like it, maybe. What's weird is we've got so much coal to go elsewhere. Here. It's... Why isn't it being used here? Like, there's demand for it here. Use it here. Please. Why can't we get it to use it here? Here we go. Full load of coal. Is it going to put it into this because it needs it? Or is it all going to go onto this route that's already got too much going on it? Come on, game. Okay. Got good transport from this. Oh, we need to go through and do these. Right. Let's just want to see how much coal from this boat that's just coming in now is going to get used here. Please, just use it all. There's 645 ore there to use. Just put it all into that factory. Our train lines are already just overused. Oh, hang on, the train's just delivered some coal. That's annoying. Right. These are delivering their coal. None of it has gone on here. That has a connection there, yeah? So why isn't it using it? Why is it all going on these lines? Why is it all exporting it? Like, why? I don't know. I'll be right back really quick. Because this is just doing my nutting. I don't know what's going on here. I did not realise what the time was. It is lunchtime, well and truly. So I'm going to have my lunch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these lines and rename them and organise them correctly. I will not subject you to me chomping and munching away. So what I'll do is I'll mute myself and we'll go through this. And yeah, if you have some lunch that you want to have it now. I doubt that you'd choose watching me over having lunch. But anyway, yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Well, a few minutes. All right. I'm back. Right, as you may have noticed, we have gotten all the lines done, and actually now they're waiting to be filled, which is, you know, what we want. I didn't realise that this didn't connect down here. The train line was not connected to this distribution hub up here. So that meant that no steel from here goes up here. So there's no point delivering steel here beforehand. Now there is. So hopefully this will get a lot more use once a few of these trains come through. I'm just waiting. Oh, excuse me. I'm just waiting to see one. I don't know where the nearest one would be. Here's one coming with 200 steel. So hopefully that should fill this up and identify which lines are the busiest. The only annoying thing about these is that we cannot remove the traffic lights for the ones which are off of these, so unfortunately we can't do anything about that. We should have a train coming in soon. Moment of truth, which lines are going to be the busiest? It's literally just picked everything up. Okay. Maybe it'll take a little while for this stuff to start to trickle through. Never mind. We've got a distribution network here now. We'll just have to wait and see which ones are the busiest. We'll take it from there. Here comes another train, fully laden, 580. Right, some of it's got to come off here, right? Otherwise it's literally just going to take it all through. would suck. Come on. 580 steel. Some of it has to be distributed out across these. You would have thought, like, it's got to happen. Here we go. Moment of truth. So, it's going to offload about 60. Okay, slow start, but how much has actually gone to where it needs to? Looks like this might be a contender. This one. So where does this one go to? The Avenue. This is down Barking. Wow, quite a long route for it to go. It's an interesting route through for it. Maybe what we need is a decent route through here. For these various lines to connect to. But I mean, they do have the A road, the dual carriageway up this way. So why they're not using that? I don't know. They're choosing to use these, what are they, 50-mile-an-hour roads? You'd have thought going up that way would be faster if they can get to 62 miles an hour. Hold on. This one's only going to 50. But it can go faster. What are you doing? Speed up. You're not using the speed of the road. Oh, I don't know. Excuse me. So that literally just goes through this way. Hold on, that's fully laden. Is that restricted by... You're down here? No. Okay, good. So it's actually taking how much it needs. Oh wow. These are pretty busy. Really? Whitney? Why are the Whitney ones not? These should be urban e-trucks. There should be more of them. Because they're slower and have lower capacity, but they're better emissions. need more trains. How many others have just full grain? This one's pretty full grain. I think Easemwald's probably going to be the busiest place for food, so it probably has no grain there. Down here we've got grain. Not too much grain there, interestingly. And not too much grain there. Probably because this just picked it all up, maybe. And are these producing a lot more now than they used to? Yeah, because their transport's going up. Rawtenstall is not getting a lot of its food from down there. I guess because it's only coming from over here, maybe. Where are its food lines? So one is coming from here, Whitney West, yep. Should probably be bigger actually, because the amount of food that these will deliver. These can deliver 580 in one go if they have to. So these need to if they could refactor this, it would be amazing. Because for whatever reason, it's just taking such a long time to put it in. I've got no connections here. The game's paused. It shouldn't take this much time for this to be placed down. And yet it is. me. Get those connects. That's what I want. They're both on the same thing. What's this line done now? Ah, it's done that. Okay. Hmm. That's in. What consumers are not getting their food? Whitney. And Rochester. Yeah, I've literally just upgraded those, so that would be why. I thought that's a really long train. It's 2 trains crossing. That'd be why. Interesting that it's the other way that the food's going. You should go up in a moment. Weird, it's doing one big circle. There's only one terminal though.